Cheating on Zach. Tori divorced Zach because he was younger and Tori married her secret lover. Hello viewers. Welcome back to my channel. For Roloff family latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Cracks in the perfect image. The Roloff farm had always been the picture of idyllic family life. Rolling fields, rustic barns, and the glow of reality TV fame painted a serene tableau for the world to admire. But behind the cameras, behind the smiling faces and the neatly curated Instagram posts, tension had been simmering for years. Tori Roloff, once the picture of marital bliss, had begun to feel a gnawing dissatisfaction she couldn't ignore. At first, it was subtle, a lingering sense of incompleteness, a quiet disappointment in Zach that she tried to rationalize. Zach was a devoted father and husband, kind and attentive, but something fundamental was missing in Tori's heart. It wasn't his personality, at least not entirely. It was something she found herself unable to voice even to herself. The way his stature sometimes made her feel restrained, like she was living in a box that didn't quite fit her dreams. To outsiders, it would sound shallow, even cruel, but to Tori, it was real and undeniable. Her days began to blur into a routine of careful avoidance. Family outings, farm chores, church activities, she performed them dutifully, but her mind wandered elsewhere. It was during one of these wandering moments at a local charity gala that she met him. He was charismatic, mysterious, and everything Zach wasn't. A successful entrepreneur visiting Portland, he had a presence that filled a room. Tori was drawn in almost immediately, despite herself. What began as casual conversations at social events evolved into long, whispered phone calls late at night. The secrecy thrilled her. The danger, the allure of living a double life, it was intoxicating. By the time Zach noticed the change, it was already too late. The warmth and laughter that had once filled their home had been replaced by tension and quiet arguments. Zach, ever the optimist, blamed stress and exhaustion, never imagining that Tori's heart had wandered far from the farm he loved. Rumors began to swirl quietly around the edges of Portland's tight-knit community. Neighbors noticed her sudden absences, friends saw the glimmer of distraction in her eyes, but no one dared speak. In the Roloff world, appearances mattered above all else, and Tori was a master of maintaining appearances. Then came the night that would change everything. It was a cool autumn evening, the kind that carried a hint of winter in the air. Zach returned from a late meeting at the farm, expecting the usual comfort of home. Instead, he found Tori in the dimly lit living room, her expression unreadable. "We need to talk," she said softly, almost too calm. Zach felt a sinking feeling in his chest. The words that followed shattered him. Tori confessed her emotional affair, the secret relationship that had been growing right under his nose. She spoke of her feelings for this other man, her longing for excitement, for something different. And then, with an almost clinical detachment, she told him she wanted a divorce. For Zach, the world seemed to collapse. The farm, the children, the life they had built. All of it felt suddenly fragile, like it could crumble at a single word. Yet Tori was unwavering. Her mind was made up, her decision final. She would leave Zach, and she would marry the man she had been secretly seeing for months. In the weeks that followed, the Roloff farm became a war zone of emotions. Lawyers were consulted, custody arrangements discussed, and friends took sides. The cameras, though absent for now, would have recorded every tear, every whisper of betrayal. Through it all, Tori felt a mixture of liberation and guilt. Leaving Zach was not easy, but the thrill of new love, of forbidden excitement, was too intoxicating to ignore. Her days were filled with secret meetings, hurried texts, and stolen moments of joy with her secret lover. Meanwhile, Zach struggled to understand how the woman he had loved so deeply could abandon him. Friends tried to console him, but their words felt hollow. He would later admit to himself that the hardest part wasn't just losing Tori, it was losing the version of the life he thought he deserved. But Tori's new life was only beginning, and the story of betrayal and secret passion was far from over. As whispers began to leak into social circles and tabloids smelled a scandal, the Roloff name would be tested in ways no one could have imagined. Tori had tried to resist, tried to remind herself of vows and loyalty, but each stolen glance, each fleeting touch, was a reminder of the life she had been craving. She had watched herself slowly change, heart racing in Nathan's presence, mind alive with possibilities that Zach could never spark. By the time she confessed her feelings to Nathan, the decision had already taken root in her heart. She could no longer live a half-life, trapped in a marriage that no longer fulfilled her. And so, the divorce papers had quietly been filed, whispered conversations exchanged in lawyers' offices and over coffee, while Zach remained blissfully unaware of the storm about to break.